The Western Cape High Court has made a ruling on ongoing land evictions in the city of Cape Town. The Human Rights Commission was the first applicant in the case assisting Bulelani Qolani. Qolani was dragged naked from his home in Khayelitsha. Qolani's attorney from the Legal Resource Centre, Khayelitsha, joins us now. I believe you can hear us a lot clearer, so a very good morning to you. What is your response to the court ruling?
Good morning, Jane. Thank you for having us. Obviously, the court ruling has been welcomed by ourselves and our clients insofar as it clearly sets the position around evictions and demolitions. As you would have seen from the Rule 50, the Nation 58 regulations on 8th in August, which clearly sets out that evictions and demolitions may be conducted without an order of court. So the judgment is fully welcomed and clearly sets the position on how municipalities, particularly the city of Cape Town, should conduct itself insofar as evictions are concerned, that you cannot operate on the basis of the common law principle of counter-spoliation, but by way of obtaining a court order to effect an eviction.
And yet the Mayor, Dan Plater, says he'll appeal.
Yes, I mean, we have seen press statements relating to that. We have not been formally notified, and we'll probably just reserve any more comment in that regard until we get a clear sense of the appeal and understand the basis on the grounds of which the judgment is being appealed. But I mean, one would have to consider that the appeal would have to be considered in the context of what the judgment holds, the weight of the judgment, the current regulations as they stand. And it would seem that the city wants to contend their position insofar as they have a right to counter-spoliate, which means that judicial oversight is not necessary, and they therefore don't need to obtain an order of court to proceed with an eviction. However, the matter is divided into two parts, Part A and Part B. Part A dealt specifically with the interim interdict, which has since been granted, and Part B, which is to be heard between 6 and 7 October, will deal, amongst other things, with the question of counter-spoliation insofar as how it aligns or whether it does indeed align with the Constitution.
All right, your client, Qolani, what's his response to the ruling and how is he?
Our client is happy with the outcome. I mean, there's a journey that lies ahead, as explained just now, that we still have to go into Part B. But this obviously is a welcome victory, and he's generally doing well. And this is obviously a welcome victory because you would get that the court has indeed vindicated him, and you probably would have seen from the judgment what the attitude of the court was insofar as how it saw the handling of Mr. Qolani during the eviction. So he definitely comes to this judgment.
All right, the court also ruled that any private contractor appointed by the city can't evict or demolish any informal dwelling unless they obtain a court order. Is this something that might become problematic?
Can you just repeat your question for me, sorry?
The fact that only a private contractor can't evict or demolish any informal dwellings, unless they obtain a court order. Do you see that as being problematic going forward? Could that become an issue?
So the city of Cape Town has had issued a tender, which you probably would have seen from the judgment too, that amongst our prayers, what the relief that was sought by the clients is that the city be interdicted from adjudicating and awarding that tender. And that order has been granted also in favor of our clients, that the city has indeed been interdicted from adjudicating and awarding such a tender. So insofar as evictions and demolitions are concerned, if they have to be conducted, they would have to be done so with an order of court. Whatever entity the city chooses to use would still need to comply, whether it's its anti-land invasion unit or a private contractor, that would still need to comply with the parameters of the law.
Khayelitsha, thank you.